Hello guys, I am Adnan Arbaz Ahmed, and today we're gonna have a live session with our legendary Rakshit Tandon sir. So we're gonna have very and yes, here is our Rakshit Tandon sir, and hello sir, good evening.
Amil, good evening. How are you?
Good sir. Hope your quarantine days are going well.
Good at home.
Yeah sir. Yeah, sir. So, guys, here is Mr. Rakshit Tandon, the legendary Rakshit Tandon of cybersecurity expert. So, let me quickly introduce who Rakshit Tandon exactly is. He is a consultant for IAMAI, Internet and Mobile Association of India. He is the advisor for Central Bureau of Investigation. He is the visiting faculty at many police departments. So, it is our privilege to have Rakshit sir live with us. Yeah, sir. Over to you.
So, good evening, friends. Thank you, Adnan, for giving me this opportunity to connect with you and your friends.
It's my
So,
privilege, sir.
there's some echo coming in. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, this is a lockdown period, and everybody is online.
Yeah.
We are doing meetings online, education online, schools are online, colleges are online,
Yeah.
and all our transactions are also on internet. So every day there is a new threat which is being posed. So one has to be very safe and careful when you are doing
Yeah, sir.
online transactions, or whether even if you are doing meetings like this, your devices should be updated.
Yeah.
You should not be connecting to a fake Wi-Fi. You should connect to a legitimate Wi-Fi. Your operating system and your security tools should be updated. And very important is that social engineering is too much rampant right now, and a lot of hackers are creating fake links, fake UPIs. They are trying to get into your social media. They are hijacking your chats, your personal information, and then trying to blackmail. Even to the extent that they are hacking your accounts and asking money
Yeah.
from your near ones. So all these kind of complaints are coming in. So this is the security aspect of what is happening currently. But then, any
Uh,
questions for me specifically from your friends regarding career or hacking or law enforcement? I
yeah,
love to
sir.
answer them.
Yeah. Actually, the thing is, when I made a post that we'll be streaming live on Instagram, there are lot many questions which been texted to me. So these are some of the frequently asked questions. As you have connected with the lives of the people, so we'll be discussing about how exactly cybersecurity, what exactly cybersecurity is for the end users. Okay, who don't know much of the technical stuff? How can they themselves secure from these
So,
attacks?
so the
So
first thing
these are
is,
yeah. So there are around 10 to 15 FAQs which I have listed.
okay.
So the first one is social media frauds. How exactly social media plays a vital role in these cyber attacks, and there are many questions relating phishing also.
So, yet, Anand, it's true.
Yeah,
Phishing is one of the major problems right now we are facing. Even in this part of COVID, uh, the hackers they have created fake links which are very similar to the coronavirus, the name corona, the name COVID-19, and they are trying to fool people with very serious malwares. They are injecting malwares to your devices. For example, you'll get a link that if you want to know who is a virus infected person near your area, or some map or a geographical map, and they are having
Yes.
serious malwares. So if you've been watching my live stories and updates, I have been picking up
Yeah.
information from the government handles, that is the MHA and My Government and Cyber Dost, and we are trying to aware people that be very careful. One more
Yes.
thing, the banks have announced a moratorium for installments for 3 months who are taking personal loan or a motorcycle loan or a car loan. So they can defer their 3 months EMI.
Yeah. Even there are some scams happening, like
So there are, yes,
they'll
there are
be sending you
scams.
a message. Yeah. They'll be sending you a message if you want your EMI to be delayed.
Right.
So if you want your EMI to be delayed, you need to send details like email ID, your card number, expiry date, these to the specific mail ID in order to delay your EMI payment. So
So,
these are some of the scams which are listed.
so the hackers, they are trying to contact. They call the
Yeah.
users and they say that we are from the bank and we can help you to get your installment done. And then they ask for the personal information. I
Yes.
think I should reconnect. There is an echo coming in.
Okay.
So,
Okay, sir.
so I'll just leave and then I'll send a fresh request.
Yeah, sir. Sure.
Hello.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
Now it's better.
Yeah.
Again, there's a echo.
Okay.
So, all right, no problem.
Okay.
I think,
So these exactly how even hackers have buyed like the domains of Corona, COVID-19. What are these specific names? Domains have been bought up by the hackers, and they are
yes,
creating some fake websites.
yes, you are right. And a lot of domains have been purchased by these hackers, and they
Yeah.
are trying to make a fool of people. And even Government of India, Prime Minister Fund has invited people to give donations, and they have
Yes,
created a
sir.
UPI ID. It was
Yeah.
PM
PM case.
Cares, and they created fake
Yeah.
IDs for that itself.
Yeah. PM care at the rate
So,
SBI.
they were changing the spelling, and
Yeah.
that was another fraud happening. So malware is one of the biggest threat right now for any person who is online. So you might get a fake link for a meeting online. So it might be a Zoom
Yes.
meeting or something, and that also can install a malware which can hijack your camera, your webcam,
Yes.
and your microphone and stuff like that. So there's one very important message for all users who are working from home and especially with a laptop, that always keep your webcam covered
Yes.
and only remove the cover when you are going in for a live meeting. Otherwise, keep it covered. You can put a tape or something, but keep it covered.
Yes, another the most frequently asked question is these fake numbers using VoIP. How exactly these VoIP works, and is it possible like to trace VoIP calls?
First of all, yes, VoIP is traceable because any VoIP call which is landing on a mobile phone is coming through a gateway. So it
Yes.
leaves its digital footprint, and people are using free applications to generate these numbers, and these
Yes.
numbers keep changing. They can be at times from US or UK. So yes, this is happening, and but the only problem is that you can only trace these calls with the help of law enforcement agencies. So
Okay.
directly, you or me as an ethical hacker, we don't have that power to trace these calls.
Yeah.
So only a authorized agency can trace these calls.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, sir. And the next thing is this. whatever we search on Google is legitimate. Like we search for customer care numbers of some good verified applications. Like the customer care number which is available inside the website and in the Google search are different. How exactly it goes, sir?
So, Adan, this is called Black Hat SEO.
Yeah.
And in Black Hat SEO, what the hackers are doing is that they are creating fake links with the keywords and putting their own numbers. So, for example, you are searching for a cyber security expert. So now this is a
Yeah.
keyword. I am a black hat hacker, and I created a page, a fake page with a fake number of a hacker with this keyword.
Okay.
So I'm searching for Amazon customer care or Paytm customer care and actually landing to the wrong page.
Yes.
So these hackers, they use black hat SEO to push the fake number on the front page. And now I am a genuine user. I saw the number and I called the number. And the hacker is very smart. So the hacker will say that I will help you. I will immediately process your request. To do that, you need to install some app on your phone. And
Yeah.
that app is basically a remote support software,
Yeah. Sort of TeamViewer.
a team viewer or AnyDesk or quick support. And the moment you
Yeah.
install this remote support, they will also ask you to add 1 rupee or 2 rupees to your wallet or something.
Yeah.
Now the hacker is seeing your screen, and the moment
Yes.
you enter 1 rupee or 2 rupee, he gets into your wallet, and the job is done. So they are also running this fraud in the name of KYC.
Yeah, sir.
So they might get you a call saying that your KYC is expiring or something. And there's another
Yeah.
cases of OLX also coming into light.
Yeah,
People
sir.
are using OLX to
Seller is
sell. Yes. So these
pretending themselves to be as a CRPF officer, and they are selling most expensive things in a
army
cheap price.
officer, yeah. And not
Yeah.
only that, they pretend to buy your product. They will
Yeah.
say that we are ready to pay you. I will transfer 1 rupee to your wallet to check whether it is coming or not. They will send you
Okay.
1 rupee, and then they will say, "Ki, now I am sending you 20,000."
Okay.
But that will be a reverse request. Reverse.
Yeah.
So it is not a send request, it is a receive request.
Okay.
And if you press OK on your mobile, from your wallet, the money will go to him.
Okay. So, guys, the thing is, you need to check whether it is a send request or a receive request before accepting or receiving payments.
Yeah, and they are using the names of defense personnel.
Yeah.
So they are using their IDs, their names. I'm from Army, I'm from CRPF, and this is how they are committing frauds.
Okay. Yeah, so the question is, how can we know whether my mobile phone is being spied or monitored by someone?
So,
This is the case of spywares.
So if it is a case of spyware, then you have to check the applications running in your phone first. So go to your settings, see the apps which are running in your phone. And if you find something suspicious, first try to remove it from the apps. And if you're not able to remove it, the best solution is factory reset your device.
Okay.
The another way of spying phone today is getting access to your Play Store ID or iCloud ID. So for that, I always suggest that a two-factor authentication is very important. Keep on checking your Gmail for the new login details.
Okay.
And that is how you can secure your identity, whether it is an iPhone or an Android phone.
Okay. And yeah, sir, these job scams, sir, by using email spoofing, what exactly these people, the recruiters, the fake recruiters will do?
So they are
Like
getting access.
this is the case. Yeah, sir, this is the case happened in Hyderabad itself. I have got to know that this exactly is happened from one of the
So I'll
fake.
tell you exactly what they are doing. So they are the hackers get hold of the data from these popular job sites like Monster or Naukri and all. They get the data.
Okay.
Then they create spoof emails from the name of companies.
Okay.
And then they send a mail saying that you've been selected for a job for HCL or Infosys or Tata. And for that,
Okay.
you have to do, and they start with a small registration amount. And in the
Okay.
name of resume, in the name of security, in the name of policy, in the name of insurance, they keep taking money, and then they can cheat you up to lakhs of rupees to get you a job.
Okay.
So one thing a user must always check when they are working on emails or any job email or something is that look at the header of the mail.
Okay.
Look at the message ID in the header, and from that you will come to know whether that is a spoof mail or a genuine mail. So
Or
if
a
I'm
genuine mail.
sending
Yeah.
you a mail from rakshittandan.com, the message ID will contain rakshittandan.com.
Okay.
But if it contains some XYZ server of some other country and the
Okay.
display domain is rakshittandan.com, that means it is a fake
Fake.
email.
Yeah. Sir, what would will you suggest that we should keep our profiles on these job sites like
No, there is no, the
Naukri.com or
job
Monster,
sites.
Indeed?
See, in directly dealing with the job sites is not at all a problem, but you have to be very smart and
Okay.
careful in giving your information.
Yeah.
People normally tend to share a lot of personal information, which becomes a problem because once the data is breached, it is coming on you only. So you be
Okay.
very smart when you update your resumes for these sites, number one, and check. No company is asking advance.
Okay. And same in the case of bank frauds, sir. No company will be asking the credentials or else the details of the employee.
Yeah, and Adnan, one more type of fraud we are seeing that hackers they're sending you requests to do job from home. They ask you
Okay.
to fill up forms. They ask your personal identification details like Aadhaar card and all, and then they give you some typing job
Okay.
or something, promising you a very good
Okay.
amount every week. And after a
Okay.
few days, they say that the job is not good. We are discontinuing your job. And because you have spoiled our
Okay.
time, you have signed a contract. Now you have to pay the damages.
I mean,
And if
okay.
you don't pay the damages, we'll file a complaint against you. And then
Hmm.
they start harassing you by the name of law. They will send you fake messages from the court and all that stuff. So the child
Okay.
gets scared and then he tries to pay them money. So this is a new way of
Okay.
extortion.
Yeah. And yeah, so as every user, whoever is using internet, they'll be using it for different purposes, and one of the major purposes is online games like PUBG is one of the game. So, what exactly you suggest parents for these things?
So people who are grown up and adults and they are consuming these online games, they are responsible themselves. But for young
Yeah.
children, especially below 15 years of age, we have to be very careful. And this is the period of lockdown when there is no self-discipline left at home. We don't have to go to school. Parents don't have to go to office. So their office is
Yes.
at home. Their classes are at home. So they always have to be on the devices. So
Yes.
my request to all the parents, or if any parents are listening, that we should have a parental control. We should
Okay.
define screen time. So, and especially when it comes to gaming. And for children, I would also request that when you are doing online games, please just don't start chatting with random people there and don't try to be friendly. Just play
Yeah.
your game, come out. Most of the hacking incidences are coming is from these multiplayer games.
Okay. So the next thing is OTP bypassing or carding. What exactly carding plays a role in these cyber attacks?
So hackers normally they steal our credit cards and debit card information from various sources. So there are problems
Okay.
with the companies also that they don't follow a
Yeah.
strict protocol of security. They start online business. They start receiving online payments. But suppose I'm a online shop. I start
Yeah.
something online today and hundred of people they pay me money by their debit and credit cards. And my server on which the website is hosted is very weak. and my
Okay.
databases are not strong and not encrypted. So now one hacker one day comes into my server and steals the data of my 100 customers. So now he has all the card information and sensitive information. Now this is where carding starts. If I have a card number, expiry date, and a CVV number, it's only India where OTP is compulsory.
Yes.
Other countries, there is no OTP verification. Only
Okay.
CVV is used for verification. So what the hackers trying to do in carding, they sell the card information of India to some hacker in US.
Okay.
Now the US hacker can easily control and uh, do a transaction online because he doesn't need the OTP. He just needs a card number, expiry, and CVV. And late night, I will receive a message saying that $4 or $5 have gone from my account.
Okay.
So this is how these
And the
frauds are.
thing is, yeah, in India also carding plays a major role, like OTP bypassing by SS, signal and systems by creating a fake tower,
Fake
they are
tower,
bypassing this.
yes. So
Yeah.
that is a targeted attack. This SS7 hacks, this is a targeted attack to a particular zone where you want to do this attack. But there are other ways
Okay.
also of SS7 bypass.
Okay.
Sorry, OTP bypass, sorry. So in other ways, what they are trying to install a malware, a SMS reading software on your phone.
Okay.
So like for example, I use a lot of wallets where I have given the permission to read SMS. So they automatically can read my SMS. The same can be exploited by the
Yeah.
hacker.
Okay.
So that is where you have to be very careful and you have to keep your phone and device very clean.
Okay. Sir, is it possible to trace the person who has bypassed the OTP by using this by creating a fake tower?
How that can be tracked. So
Okay.
if you're trying to create any such kind of a fake tower, it will always be notified to the service providers. The moment one new tower is entered into any zone, you cannot hide that tower.
Okay.
But then it needs a
And
good level of investigation.
okay. And the thing is, sir, yeah, many of my friends are programmers, and they are budding engineers, and they are currently entering into the industrial field. So I want to ask you, I personally suggest, I personally say them like hackers succeed where developers fail.
Right.
So what exactly are your suggestions to those budding engineers in the field of information technology? Like whether they are doing programming or whether they are database administrators or system administrators, network administrators, in any domain in information technology, what will you suggest them, sir?
So, looking at the current scenario, my suggestion to every young budding engineer is that please at least be familiar to the basic terms of ethical hacking. Whether you are a developer, a database guy, or you are a network guy, you have to be very clear with the concepts of offensive hacking and OWASP vulnerabilities and patching them up.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you an example. In US, you hire a programmer, they say we can take you at a scale of $23 per hour. But if you're a hacker and a developer, they say we can take you at even $100 per hour. So why am I saying
Huge
this?
demand.
So now you know hacking. And now if you become a developer today, and now if you're trying to develop a software, when you will develop your software, you will think
Yeah.
like a hacker. So your program will be called as a secured code. I don't need much polishing and much security to be implemented in that code because it is already secure. Same way,
Yeah.
when you are designing a database and you are a hacker yourself, you know how to keep your database safe. So today, when I go to these engineering colleges and I meet the young BTech engineering guys who are saying that we are doing BTech or we are doing B computer science or something, my always saying is that please start with basics of hacking and keep it parallel to your education.
Yes.
And one more thing which is going to be in very good demand in the future for engineers would be data science, artificial
Yes, sir.
intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and these will be the terms and technologies which will be in huge demand.
Yeah. Yeah, sir. I have done many trainings at the different colleges. I have ignited people of what exactly is
I've
cybersecurity.
been seeing
And
that, and very good. You are doing a good job. It's need
thank
of
you,
the
sir.
hour to at least you are going to these colleges and telling them and teaching them the basics of ethical hacking and at least giving them a platform.
Yeah, sir.
Hmm.
Thank you. So, lot of my trainees ask me this question, sir. They are in an illusion that if they use Tor, Tor network, they cannot be tracked. What exactly you want to suggest them? Whether they are using a VPN or a Tor, what exactly happens there?
So VPN is basically to protect your privacy.
Yeah.
VPN is not a tool to commit a crime.
Hmm.
So you have to be very clear in this. Number two, going on Tor and you think that you are behind an onion routing or onion proxy. So yes, you do make it difficult for any person who's trying to track you, but then nothing is impossible. And
Yeah.
even if you go in the case studies being published by Interpol and other intelligence units, you have seen in the late that they have cracked cases on dark web.
Yeah.
So wherever it comes to crime, the basic philosophy of a crime is that you leave some of the other footprint.
Okay.
So I specifically don't want to educate people here that they should go on dark web and start trying their talent. But
Yeah.
let's look at the defensive part, or let also look at the part where at the end where we need to make India safe. And if you are there and you are trying to browse as a academician, you are learning something and you find something which is not good, you should always intimate it to the right agencies.
Okay.
Hmm. But just don't think that you are untraceable. See, I'll break that ice.
Yeah.
Whatever you do on internet, some of the other place you have your digital footprint. And this is a good time. People are at home. There are so many good movies which you can go and see on Netflix or
Yeah.
Amazon Prime or Hotstar, where you can see that how this dark web and hackers and how the agencies go after them. Though it is movie, but then they give you an idea.
Yeah. Yes, another one more thing is we insist people to change their passwords and create unique passwords for different social media accounts also. So, is it safe? And what would you suggest for the use of password managers?
So today we have now forgotten the word password. We always use the word passphrase. So
Yes.
rather than making passwords, it's always advisable to make passphrases. Second, simple password is never going to help you. There can be
Yes.
malware, spywares, keyloggers which can track your password. So it is always advisable to use multi-factor authentication level for your identities. So it can be a biometric,
Okay.
it can be a face, it can be an OTP, it can be a algorithm like Google Authenticator or something like that. So always I
Okay.
suggest multi-level authentication. I don't believe in simple password or passphrase, whatever. But yes, if you're talking of a password, it should be more than 8 characters. It should be made up of more than 4 characters, alphabets, numbers, and small alphabets,
Small
and special
symbols.
characters and symbols. Yes.
So actually, the question was whether you suggest for the use of password managers. There are many third-party applications which.
No. So you can always trust your Google or Apple keychain that is still encrypting your passwords, but don't go
Yes.
outside on any clouds or something.
Okay.
I don't suggest them. Yeah.
Okay. So, every end user on internet is busy with social media. So, what would you suggest, and what are your safe tips for using Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram?
So the first most important is that there are a lot of fraudsters right now who are trying to cheat you online. So don't come into those traps. Just start don't sharing your personal information, especially for young kids who are into those friendships and distant relationships. Now, because of lockdown, a boyfriend cannot meet a girlfriend, and the girlfriend cannot meet a boyfriend in a cafe coffee day or a barista or have
Yes.
some good time together in a movie hall. So you'll do everything online. So there you have to be very careful. Don't share intimate images, intimate chats. Keep your account safe with double authentication. And boys and girls don't fall into any honey traps. So you have your own problems. Please take care of your problems, but don't get into any honey traps. And if somebody on social media, your relative, your friend is asking for financial help, please doubly verify it. Call him, call his relatives, whomsoever you can get in touch with. But don't transfer any money just because somebody sent you a message that I am in problem. Send me 2,000 rupees. Don't do that. And personal pictures, you have to be very careful. I'm getting a lot of complaints of revenge porn. And again, I'll repeat, if you have any problem, please report it to www.cybercrime.gov.in.
Yeah, sir. Even while using WhatsApp, the MAC address can be spoofed, and by using MAC spoofing, WhatsApps can be hacked. What exactly is the measure to be taken for
So
protecting our WhatsApp, even as an end user?
As an end user, WhatsApp comes with a two-step verification option.
Yes.
It's a 6-digit key which you can create. And just by MAC spoofing or trying to bypass your OTP, you cannot open my WhatsApp account on your device unless you know that 6-digit code.
6 digit, yeah.
So that should be enabled by default. Always keep a fingerprint lock in your WhatsApp. And don't share your OTP of WhatsApp with anyone in any case.
Yeah. Yeah, so the next question is by knowing that Facebook leaks data and all these after knowing these terms, a major of the people started using Instagram. What are the protective measures to be taken in order to protect our Instagram profiles?
So in Instagram, see, first thing is again two-factor authentication. There is an option in Instagram account where you get emails from Instagram. Please keep checking those emails from Instagram. Keep privacy. Always make a private account. Block and report any person. Don't get into any dispute chat with anyone you don't know. Don't click on links which are sent by any person in DM, direct in your DMs. And there is a very good option called comment control, where you can filter comments. So that can be used as a security feature. And that's it. You have to be very careful with clicking on the links and accepting friend requests or follow requests from people you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, sir. After asking you this question, that many of my friends are developers, and how can they insist themselves on ethical hacking? One request I have received just now, what exactly are the terms to be learned before going for ethical hacking? Is it enough just for go with one course called Certified Ethical Hacker by EC Council? Or else we need to go for first prerequisites, then after ethical hacking course.
So there are three basic things. All people are packaging courses with their own names. So you can have different products in the market. But let's understand the base. The basic is that first you should be very clear with operating systems. At least character user and GUI both. Then you should be clear with a single user and a multi-user operating system. So like you have hands on Windows 10, then you should have hands on Windows Server also, or Linux.
Yeah. The server operating system.
Yes. Basic shell command should be known.
Okay.
Then web programming. Any PHP or .NET or ASP or JavaScript, you should have scripting knowledge. You should have knowledge of how database works on the front end and back end when you program a website. You should be very clear with the network security and network protocols and network topology. So network topology, protocols, securities, everything should be very clear. So you should actually study network as a subject. और आप देखोगे,
Yes.
if you look at the engineering colleges, they have this as a theoretical paper in
Yes.
your first year.
But they don't go for practical.
But they don't go for practical, that is separate. But you students, they take it as a burden to study this theory. If your networking
Yes.
concepts are clear, boss, you can be a very good hacker. And then third part comes the offensive parts, that is understanding VAPT.
Okay.
Understanding VAPT, understanding the OWASP vulnerabilities, finding the vulnerabilities, patching the vulnerabilities. And this is a process. The more you learn, and the best, I could suggest the best tool to play is Bug Bounty.
Bug bounty. Yeah, sir.
So I would, once you are clear with these concepts, a student should enroll himself on Bug Bounty. So
Yeah, there are platforms like. Yeah, I would like to request you even to share what are the platforms which offer bug bounty.
there are many platforms which you can suggest them. We, me as an organization at Hackershala also, we are trying to build this platform, not only for training, but
Okay.
also for ethical hacking and bug bounty. So we have two platforms. One is Hackershala and the other platform is CodeSnag.
Code snag.
And
Yeah,
this
sir.
is what we are trying to develop. And I think very soon it will be, Hackershala has already been launched, and where students are coming in and getting trained at various levels. And
Okay.
people like you can be our trainers. We can take you as our trainers on the platform because we need more and more people to help.
Thank you, sir. It would be my privilege to join.
Yes, sure, definitely, Adnan. You have been one of my fine interns. I remember in the Hyderabad police internship, you were one of the very good students. Your performance was always
Yeah,
very
sir.
good.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, sir. Another question which is popping up right now is as everyone is working from home, even I have my colleagues from different companies, they are working from home, and these companies are still insisting for the use of Zoom software. Like I have updated, I have yes, I have given a post even on my blog also, like what exactly are the measures to be taken before using Zoom application. As a cybersecurity expert, as you have connected with many live, what exactly are your suggestions for the use of Zoom software?
So Zoom has totally been into the news recently because a lot of schools, a lot of online meetings are happening on Zoom. So
Yes,
Zoom
sir.
was never knowing that they will have such a burst of users on their platform.
Exactly.
And also they were not aware of, and most of the people are using the free platform of Zoom,
Yeah,
which allows you a 40-minute meeting for less than 100 participants.
100 participants.
So in that, there is, first of all, there is no user management. So
Yes.
you don't know who is coming in the meeting and with what name and all that. So now,
Yes.
after all these issues cropped up, Zoom has come up with some securities. It is given the security to the basic version and the paid version. Number
Okay.
one, you always keep your waiting room on.
Yes.
Number two, nobody, whomsoever joins the meeting, he cannot see or do anything until the host is there.
Okay.
The host should keep the video and audio off by default for everyone.
Okay.
The host who is teaching or you are using as a teacher, you should keep the chat room off. Nobody can chat in public. Right? And then the host will select the attendees one by one from the waiting room who will come in the meeting.
Okay.
So these are some points which you can take care of. Zoom has also added some privacy features. And there are some other platforms coming up which are also good, like AirMeet is a good platform.
Okay.
Microsoft Team is a good platform. Google Hangout is also a good platform.
Hmm.
And many others are coming in. So you will have a variety of softwares very soon. Instead of, because see, Zoom was not prepared that this will happen. And now it has
Yes,
happened. So now
exactly.
daily they are sending updates and all.
Hmm.
So I have created an advisory for schools and I'm sharing it. I can share it with you also. You can, in your area, you can share it with teachers and principals.
Yeah,
So
sir.
schools are facing a lot of issues. So I'm doing special webinars for schools and teachers. And if anybody in your contact they want to join, they can connect with me.
Okay, sir. Sure. I'll be sharing it on my profile.
Sure, I'll share the details with you.
Yeah, sir.
Any other question
Sir,
left?
yeah, sir. You have been connecting with a lot many people, and you've been you've been conducting seminars on safe surfing in collaborating with IAMAI. So,
Right.
what
So,
exactly are the some points which you want to share with our viewers?
so in with IMAI, I'm doing a campaign which is right now which I'm doing is with Facebook. It is called Women Online Safety. We are
Yes, sir.
doing it for teachers and mothers and all working women. And apart from that, we do programs for school students and parents. So majorly, if I just try to summarize what I do is I tell them the security features of smartphone, social media, online banking, and online shopping. And the major thing I focus is on the IT Act. I try
Okay.
to educate
Yeah.
everybody that see there is a law. It's
Cyber
called
laws.
cyber law, where
Yeah,
hacking is
sir.
a crime, making fake accounts is a crime, sharing and forwarding personal pictures is a crime, posting and sharing obscene material is a crime,
Yeah.
sharing and forwarding material like sexually explicit content is a very serious offense.
Yes.
And all these laws are in place, and one should know the laws before you go online.
So, I would like to hear from you. It's been it's been my honor, sir. I have heard you
Hmm.
telling these laws what exactly which section implies on which act, and one famous, not exactly famous, I can say, but one legendary sentence which I can hear from you, when once you are in jail for some period of time, what exactly is. So I want that dialogue to be shared, sir, to my viewers.
So I always say that virtual world is not a game; it's
Yeah,
your
sir.
life.
It's a life. Yeah.
So be
Stay safe.
safe, stay safe. And the moment you try to play with law, तो जेल के साथ साथ खाना पीना फ्री और अटैच बाथरूम फ्री. So this spoils your career. Once you are booked for any offense, your your whole career, everything gets spoiled. So stay on the positive side rather than going on the negative side. Helping organizations to be safe, it's a good thing. Helping working with law enforcement and government agencies, it's a very good hope. And so much of potential in cybersecurity as a career that you don't need to do wrong things. With right things only, you will get so much of name, money, and fame that you don't need
Yes, sir.
to be a dark or a black hacker or commit some
Hmm.
offense.
Yeah, sir. One more question for you. If
Hmm.
any fraud happens, where to approach for help?
So the first thing is your law enforcement,
Yeah.
cyber cells that are called the cyber cells. If you physically, because of the lockdown today, it is a little difficult to go out and go to the police station. So you have this national reporting portal by Government of India. It is cybercrime.gov.in. So this is a website where you can report online crimes.
Okay.
And
So again, guys, guys, make a note of it. It is www.cybercrime.government.in, gov.in.
so on this
Yeah, sir.
website,
Continue.
you can report a crime. There are two parts in this. One is for women and child, and one is for other cyber crimes. In the special button Women and Crime, there is an option to report a crime anonymously.
Yeah, where we don't
Where,
have to give our identity.
yes, you don't have to give your identity. So this is the easiest way to get in touch with police.
Yeah, sir. So another thing is how exactly what are the careers in cybersecurity, whether it is a government platform or else a private platform?
What? Repeat the question.
Yeah, so what are the careers in cybersecurity, either in government sectors or private sectors?
So there are a lot of opportunities in both private and government. In private, you will be hired as a cybersecurity professional, where you will be hired to secure your the company's website, the company's code, and the company's cyber attacks. And also, you will be hired to plan security for them. In government agencies, there are 3 or 4 options. One is where you work as an intelligent guy for gathering information. So that
Okay.
is on senior level agencies can hire you. We need forensic guys who can dig out
Yeah.
information from the devices and the softwares from cloud and all. So they are called for cyber forensic experts. Then we also require ethical hackers who will protect the government critical infrastructure, find
Okay.
bugs in it, timely patch it, so that no outside hacker can come and attack my website or platform. So there are thousands of opportunity opening up. Government has started a new program of taking interns. Like for example, CBI started their internship, BPRND started internship,
Okay.
NCIIPC is asking for interns. So all these government websites you can ask your students to go. Certain is taking interns. DRDO is taking interns. So I think these are very good platforms. And even you must have heard recently, government has done hackathons.
Yeah, hackathon. Yeah, sir.
So these
Even in
hackathons are
Hyderabad,
even,
Hyderabad City Police has conducted it.
yes, the Hyderabad City Police did, and other states are also doing it.
Yeah.
Any other question?
Yeah, sir. Is there like we should apply to these any of the interns which are offered by these many organizations, these government organizations through their official websites
Yeah, and
in
the
the career?
official website
Yeah,
is always with like gov.in.
yeah. And I think as it is a government platform, they will not going to charge any
No, there are
application
no
fee for our
charges. No,
application.
no charges, please. And also,
Yeah.
this one question somebody is asking for the latest jobs. So you can always go to the websites of the government handles, and there you will find a option called careers or recruitment. And there you will see what are the latest information for jobs.
Okay. Yeah, sir. Before we end up this session, I like to inform you one thing. Like just because of your one verification signature on my certificate, like I have been interned with you, under you, I can say. So I got an opportunity to provide security for 23 different organizations now as a
Very good.
freelancer.
Very good. Congratulations. God bless you. And that is not only
Thank you, sir.
because of my signature or certificate, it is also because of your hard work and your knowledge. So,
Yeah,
your knowledge and hard
thank
work
you,
is
sir.
more important, and people like me are always there to guide you and support you.
Thank you, sir, for
And answering this last
these
question
blessed.
on
Yeah,
online
sir.
internship. So, yes, very soon on you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you want to. Very soon we'll be announcing my internships with me, and my internship with the police will be most probably online this year because
Okay.
of this COVID and coronavirus. We will not be physically inviting you to come, but yes,
Okay.
you will get internships under me, and I'll be announcing it very soon. So, thank you so much, Adnan, and thanks
Yeah,
to
sir.
all the
Thank you so much
participants.
for. Yeah, sir.
And just
Thank you
because
so much, sir.
you requested, I have done the session in English because I had so many people saying that please talk in Hindi, but I'm sorry. We'll have more sessions in Hindi.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
And thank you all for joining. Stay safe, stay at home, and keep learning and keep educating. And especially stay safe online. And you can
Hashtag.
follow and you can follow my Instagram to see more live sessions coming up.
Yeah, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Shweta.
sir. Thank you.
Namaste, Shweta ma'am. And all of you, thanks a lot. God bless
Yeah,
you.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining a live session with me. It was my honor to invite you on my profile.
My pleasure too.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir, and
Thank
Jai
you.
Hind.
Jai Hind. God bless you.
So guys, that was Rakshit Tandon sir itself, who has ignited the fire of creating some security in me. So hope this was a thought-provoking session and awareness program too. So I'd like to end up this session right now. I'll be assuring you that I'll be getting some more sessions with Rakshit sir. If there is any request from my viewers and my followers. Thank you guys for attending this session, and hope this was a awareness one. Hope this created awareness how exactly to use internet. Okay, so thank you guys for attending.